Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I am back again doing your July 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Taurus. And as usual, I've tried to record it a couple times, and I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, I am back trying to record your video, and I'm using my regular Shadowscapes deck, and I still don't know when I'm going to be cranking out those sex and relationships videos for you guys. I know everybody really likes those, but I may try to get them out for August, but we have to see. My schedule is quite full lately, so you know, it just depends. So I'm going to keep you on your toes there, and I don't know yet when that's going to happen. I am doing the couples sessions, so if you'd like to do, if you and your partner want to do a couple session with me, it's $75 an hour, and I usually book the 1 hour session, same as my regular sessions, the same as my regular 1 hour session for private clients. And same price anyways. I'm not doing 30-minute, I don't do 30-minute readings, and I don't do any kind of recorded readings. You can check out also my schedule and more about what I offer on the About section on my YouTube channel too. A lot of people ask me questions, and it's all there, so definitely check that out. It's a link. It says About on my channel. So, and I'm constantly updating things on there, so it's a good resource for you to check back to see how things are changed, any prices, or any change in my schedule. And I think that's it for like the update for you guys. So let's see what you guys get for July. Everybody seems to be traveling a lot. That's what's kind of going on. And you may be in a relationship with a Pisces, Taurus, because I feel like Pisces got similar cards as you do. Or your sun or moon might be in Pisces as well. You might have some kind of Pisces-Taurus combo in your chart. So I'm going to start off with the... I'm going to start off with the card that's crowning you, okay? Because this is actually a very good spread. It's actually really positive. But the one card that I feel like is quite negative is this Seven of Swords. And I want to address it right away. And this is the Liar, Cheater, Thief card. Okay? I'm sure if you guys can see it there. But basically... the Liar, Cheater, Thief card, if you're not familiar with this card, if you haven't seen this, you watched my videos before, is really about, it's kind of a dynamic card actually, because it can mean several things. And this is, again, my take on the cards is different than other people's, okay? But the Seven of Swords in my deck is really about someone who is not telling the truth. Someone who's cheating, someone who's lying, someone who's stealing in some way. Now, usually there's some element of betrayal. There's some element of doing something when somebody's back is turned. This card could also be not wanting to, hiding. I call it the hiding card. Because he, it's a he in this picture, but it can also be a she. Is kind of hiding from the world, hiding something from other people's sight. So they're in their way, and he's wearing a mask. So the thing about Taurus is Taurus generally likes to be in a way left alone, and they can hide quite often, and they kind of just want to be mellow. They're very mellow. They want to be peaceful, but it's sort of just like the world is constantly trying to like engage them in drama and negativity, and they get kind of caught up in a lot of it. For those of you who are in a relationship, there may be some cheating going on, some stuff going on behind your back. Those of you who are not in a relationship, I feel like it's you kind of hiding from the world, needing to come out of the cave, needing to show who you really are to the world. That's important. This is can also be in some cases, and I've been thinking a lot about this recently. In some cases, it can be where someone has turned their back on you, or you've turned your back on someone. Taurus can be the sign that ignores people, like can just suddenly like get fed up and just be like, fuck it, and just ignore somebody. You may have turned your back on somebody, or somebody may have turned their back on you. That's the kind of energy of this card, and that's kind of what's going on with this card. So if you're in a relationship, I definitely feel like there's cheating involved, okay? Where your partner is going out and actively cheating. And you've got 2 divorce cards coming up here in the future. So I feel like it's because of this cheating that you're going to get a divorce. Those of you who are in a relationship. And this is not for everybody. This is a general reading. So for those of you who are in a relationship and it's good, I'm not saying that your partner is cheating, okay? This is not for everyone. It's just for those of you who... I have a feeling that you've known about this for some time. This has kind of cropped up recently where... there's been some kind of control issues in your relationship where, because you have the Strength card in the position of emotions, and I think the issue is, and this can be a beautiful card, but I think this can be an issue in a relationship which can lead to a struggle, power, control, when there's somebody who's wearing the pants and somebody who's not, kind of thing. Who's the breadwinner? Who's not the breadwinner? Control, domination, where are you going, what are you doing at all times, it's constant. So I feel like in July, you're either going to be filing the paperwork for divorce or thinking heavily about it, because you got both cards here, like shortly, one in the immediate future, one in the position of your attitude. I feel like it's going to happen. Of course, that is up to you and making that decision for that to happen, but I feel like that's what's kind of going on. The energy also, for those of you who are single, is the Temperance is a temper card. It's about your temper. It's about, you losing your temper. Tauruses generally don't lose their cool. So I feel like you're in a relationship with somebody who's not a Taurus, like an air sign, like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, female, specifically for those Taurus males. Doesn't have to be, though. Could also be a fire sign. But we've got 2 also cards about balance. We've got the Temperance, plus we've got the Justice. We've got this balance thing going on. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were in a relationship with a Libra. But there's 2 different girls here. There's 2 different girls. So some of you female Tauruses are the one who's like wanting a divorce. Some of you male Tauruses are in a relationship with someone who has a temper problem. And I think both male, female Tauruses are in a relationship. If you're in a relationship that's causing you some grief, okay, you're not equal in the relationship. You're not on equal footing at all, okay? So that's a problem. I feel like that's a major issue, and I feel like that's going to lead you to breaking up or divorcing at some near juncture, okay? You can't have both of these cards without something really going down, because the Justice card is the legal card. The Temperance card is usually about, kind of bottling your emotions and then popping. And Taurus does get to the very end of their rope and loses their cool eventually. So you may be kind of in that bottling phase, or you may have already kind of exploded. But it's also the contemplation. It's contemplation about, should I get a divorce? What should I do? Da-da-da-da-da. How's this going to work? All of that. And So it's also the card about, after, it's sort of like also after you file for the divorce, that interim period, that period where, you're waiting for everything to be finalized, okay? So, but it's just like, it's like you have the cheating card, and then in the immediate future you have this contemplation of divorce card, or divorce card. So it makes sense. I don't feel like Taurus really messes around. I feel like if you are in a relationship, it's not long for this world, and I don't feel like you're going to put up with um, the cheating. I feel like you're done with the cheating. Done with the douchebags. It's a hashtag thing I'm putting on Twitter. As soon as I post these videos, I'm going to be typing that in there, and it's my latest. It's my latest slogan. Okay. Now, your spouse. It could be female that's cheating also. It doesn't have to be, and it could be guy, girl, girl, guy, whichever, whatever situation you land yourself in. It doesn't have to be the guy's cheating. But I see the liar, cheater, thief as usually it's a guy. Usually it's a guy, and his wife knows that he's cheating. Taurus, you may be involved with a guy who has another girlfriend, who has a wife, or something where there's, this is a third party, you may be the wife, Taurus, and you feel like your partner is cheating. Or it's like it. So you've got, you have three main cards here. This strong element of, this is the thing that's going on in July. Okay, it's not something that's going to go away anytime soon, I don't think, because this is, to me, it's like a major event. You have the Justice card, the Temperance card, both major arcana cards. You also have the Strength card and the World card as well. So you've got some major stuff kind of happening in July for you. And the universe is sending you also the Hanged Man as well. So this is like Capricorn, I think, for June. Or it was Capricorn for May. I don't remember. It was Capricorn for one of those. So you may actually be in a relationship with a Capricorn as well, Taurus. But you're very similar in this way. And it could just be the planets and the way things are kind of lining up. And you've got the Hanged Man as well. This is what the universe is sending you. The universe is saying to you, you've got to hang in there. You've got to take better care of your physical body. You've got to eat right. You've got to sleep right. You're burning yourself out. And you need to be patient, because this is a card about patience. I mean, the story of the Hanged Man is a little boy who kind of runs away from home and is very upset and goes to the tree, and he says, the tree says, what can I do for you? And the little boy confesses and tells him his problems. He said, well, the tree says, I'll take care of it, just hang on to my branch, and the boy grabs a hold of the branch, and time passes by. So this is a card about waiting. It's a card about needing patience, remaining calm, and waiting. It's annoying in the sense that nobody likes waiting, and I feel like Taurus, like once they kind of get going, like nothing can stand in the Taurus's way. It's like, moo, get out of my way, that's it. So this may be irritating to you, Taurus. It may be very irritating to you. And there may be some delay in actually, like, if you are getting a divorce or you are separating, there may be some delay in actually, like, moving out or separating your assets or, like, the dissolving of your marriage. There may be some actual, like, physical delay in that. I'm getting a tingle on that. So I think that there's something to do with the divorce that's delayed, that you're waiting on. Maybe you're waiting for the right time to get a divorce, or it could be you're waiting. You're waiting for the divorce to kind of finalize in some way. I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy to me, those two things, but it could go either way. The outcome is the World, okay, which is a great ending for July, okay. And my World card is all about abundance, the world being your oyster. It's about wealth, happiness, family, abundance, love, having everything you can imagine and more, okay. This is everything. So It's a great card. It's also one of the psychic cards, so you may have some psychic ability yourself. This is looking into the future, being really in tune with things. I feel like some of you are kind of like hippies. I don't know why I'm getting that. Some of you are like of the hippie generation. You're kind of like a little bohemian. I sometimes see her as a bohemian, but I feel very strongly like some of you are very like hippie, you know, easygoing types. And it's interesting, the moon, there's something about the moon that's going on for you. My guide just said when the moon is ripe, when the time is right. It's like things are happening on the moon cycle, which is like makes me think of like a 38 days, the 38 day, a 28 day or 30-day cycle. Originally, I thought 30 days. So 30, 60, 90, 120. Those are all, that's how you should be thinking about time. There's something going on with the moon for you, Taurus. So things are happening in a certain time, but it's according to the moon. It's very interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to be applicable to you. I think it's going to be a case-by-case situation. Normally I don't do time frames, but for those of you who are like, you know, waiting on something, it's again according to the moon. You know, I don't follow the moon when the moon's going to be, maybe when the moon's going to be in your sign. I'm not following it where it's at. So it just is going to depend. I keep getting the numbers 30, 60, 90, 120. 120 is standing out in my mind. So things are happening in like larger chunks of time. That's how I see it. Now, in the recent past, the distant past, you got the Queen of Wands, okay? So you got so to me, this is you. Female Tauruses, this is you. And, you know, you're getting what you want, and it's good. You're a woman of power. That's awesome, okay? You're kind of in a power position. You maybe kind of have a high-power job or just a really good-paying job. But you may just have like a cheating spouse or somebody, or you may be considering cheating yours as well. There may be something going on, again, where you're not equal with your partner. I feel like some of you Tauruses are in the high power position, and your partner is not. And there's this feeling of inadequacy or a feeling of insecurity there, and like it undermines him or her that you have like either a better job, or you know there's some just imbalance there, I see. Now in the recent past you got the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is another card about waiting. Okay, this is the waiting card. Okay, the Hanged Man is a test from the universe so you can get through something challenging and learn how strong you are. Okay, and by also asking for others' help as well. Okay, so it's showing inner strength, but also not necessarily doing it entirely alone. The Nine of Wands is simply there's a guy or girl who's sitting on his camel and waiting, looking out into the distance, waiting for something to come in. So the thing is that things may take longer than expected. I feel like because you have the Hanged Man and the Nine of Wands, things are going to take longer than expected. Which is, you know, which it can be, again, annoying. But you are very determined to get what you want. So even if like it takes longer, I feel like you are going to get what you want. So let's talk about the center of the heartbeat of the reading, the center of the reading. You've got the Star card, which is really great. And this is, you know, healing. This is the stars watching over you. Everything's positive. This healing of negative emotions. And what's crossing that, which is very interesting, is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is all about needing to go out, sing, dance, be active, have fun. And it's almost like at the center of this reading, there's this very strong like vibe. I can't explain it. It's like the heart. It's like the heart. You know, it's like your heart is kind of like lit up right now. It's like you're lit up. It's like you're kind of like on fire a little bit, where you may have more energy than normal. You might feel a little bit like more lightheaded than normal. It's almost like you're, if you could dance in the sky, it's like you're dancing in the sky. You may have some planets in Aquarius as well. You may have some kind of Taurus Aquarius combo, okay? Because the star typically is in Aquarius, but I don't usually see it as that. I just see it as very positive, healing energy. So it's like the universe is saying you need to go out and have fun, and this will heal you, okay? Any kind of issue with cheating or any kind of issue with waiting or kind of issue with things not necessarily going your way, although I do feel like they are, now they're going your way because you have the getting what you want card, and being very determined to get that. But if they haven't been, then you need to just go out. It's sort of just like, you need to forget about your problems for a while. You need to kind of just, and I'm not saying like be irresponsible, I'm just saying do something that's going to distract you, whether that's going to a concert, a show, a movie, whatever it is, and that will take your mind off your problems. Because you can't force things to move faster or sooner than they're already going. It's like, I feel like you want to move things along. This reminds me, it's so funny. A friend of mine contacted me through LinkedIn actually recently, and he's a Taurus, and he's like a long time, like friend from college, and I remember taking this car ride with him, and it was the scariest thing. This is when we were in college. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced, okay? It was like we had, I think, 5 minutes to get to school to drop something off and pick something up. It was like they were going to close. 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the max, maybe even it was only 8. And we have never driven so fast or pushed so hard through any kind of traffic. I thought we were going to die, you know? It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And it was like at every corner, he was like flooring it, careening around the city, going in and out of all these little back alleyways to try to get to where we needed to go. And literally we had like, I think 30 seconds before they closed. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And that's the Taurus. When they really are determined and they want something, they will push hard to get it. And so you need to kind of back off from that a little bit, okay? Because it's like you're gaining you have all this fire and you have all this momentum, and it's like you're like a rocket, you know, about to launch, you know. And you also may be in a relationship with an Aries too, because this is a strong Aries vibe. So you may be a Taurus Aries combination, okay? Because the page a lot of times is the Aries female. Queen of Wands can also be an Aries, also Capricorn female, could be Taurus Cap, Taurus Aries. I feel like there is also a strong Aquarius vibe here with you, Taurus. So some of you have like an Aquarius ascendant or moon or something like that. You know, and again, I do see a lot of Libra. There's a lot of females in this reading. So sorry, guys, there's not a lot of Taurus guys here. If you're a Taurus male and you're single, okay, I feel like this is you being determined to get what you want, needing to have patience, needing to know that things may not happen in the timing that you expect. You do need to put yourself out there, not, be yourself, and don't, stop wearing the mask. Be real. Show people who you really are. Watch your temper in the month of July. Try to find the balance. Don't let things bottle up too much. I always quote the movie Analyze This. I think it's Analyze This or Analyze That with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal. And they're showing me, like, he takes the gun and he shoots the pillow like 9 times or whatever to let out his aggression. And I'm not saying that, like, all the feathers, like it's like a feathered pillow, so all the feathers go flying like everywhere. I don't know. It is kind of just, although maybe it was fluff, maybe it wasn't feathers, but I just remember it as being feathers. So, you got to get out your aggression. I think Taurus, especially towards single guys, you have some aggression. You need to get out. You need to do it in a healthy way. I almost feel like you are over-focused, especially Taurus guys. You are overly focused on what it is that you want. You're like over-determined. It's like you're so determined. You're like obsessed. And Tauruses can be a little obsessive-compulsive. Same with girls too. Taurus women can be a little OCD. I feel like some of you who are watching are OCD, and you're like obsessed with getting what you want. It may be that this guy, Taurus, especially Taurus women, it could be the Taurus women that are in a relationship or have the hots for a guy who's married, or a guy who's not single, or a guy who's in a relationship, and you are determined to have him. And I just feel like you need to, like, relax on the OCD a little bit. You need to kind of just, like, take your foot off the gas and just chill out and understand that things happen in their own way and in their own time. I really don't feel like you're going to end up together. If you're in a relationship or want to be in a relationship with a married man, even if he gets a divorce, I don't feel like you're going to be together, because you have the outcome of the world. Even though the world is abundance and it is family and it is love and it's everything you could possibly want, in order for me to tell you, okay, you're going to be with him, you would need to have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, because for it to be more like happily ever after in that kind of way. The World card is abundance and happiness and joy, but it's also a single girl who's standing there, okay? So, for some of you, I mean, it could be where you end up together, but I don't feel like, from this reading, that's not my vibe, okay? My vibe is, if you're dealing with a married man, chances are they're going to get a divorce, and you might not even want to be with him at that point, okay? And you're going, well, maybe I would, maybe I should, but you don't want to get, you're getting too involved, I feel, with him and what's going on with him. You need to take a step back. That's kind of how I see it. You need to distract yourself with something else. I feel like he is a very good distraction for you. Well, I shouldn't say very good. I feel like he is a distraction for you. But you need to take a step back and say, okay, what's going on. Some of you maybe have some legal issues, okay? Especially towards females. You may have some legal issues, some things that are going on. Something with justice. Some of you may be writers. If you're a writer, message me. I'd love to, hear about this. Because I think of the, she's holding this quill pen. Some of you are students. Some of you are in, like, legal professions, okay? Because the Temperance card plus the Justice, this very strong legal vibe. Very, very strong. So some of you that's what you do for a living. Some of you are like a paralegal or a lawyer. But I feel like there's like an overabundance of strong cards, strong personalities in this reading. You have the Strength card, so we're talking strong stuff here, in the position of emotions, which is good, but at the same time, it's like there's almost too much control issues in your relationships. That's how I see it. So that's all that I'm really getting for right now. I do want to just pull one last final card just to kind of see what you guys get. Okay, so I picked 2. You got the wish card. And what you're wishing for is the Chariot. And the Chariot is something happening fast. You're like, I want it to happen now. I want it to be fast. I want it to get it done. And your wish is going to come true. This is definite success. This is swift, good news, okay? You may not get whatever it is that you want immediately, but you may get some really good news immediately. And this can be also a new love partner. This could be a Cancer or Aquarius. I usually see it as a Cancer, Scorpio, or Aquarius female for those of you Tauruses out there looking for love. But this is things moving fast, okay? This is things moving fast. So I think you want things to move faster than they are. And, you know, for some of the other signs, the Mercury retrograde did a real number on everyone. And things have been kind of pushed back and delayed. I feel like the timeline for things has been pushed back significantly for this year. And I think it happened in the retrograde period where everything kind of got pushed back. And people don't realize how that kind of works. But it's sort of just like, you know, God kind of has this plan for okay? And it's like, okay, on August 1st, this is what's supposed to happen. On August 15th, this is what's supposed to happen, etc. But when Mercury retrograde comes along, it doesn't happen because it doesn't happen at that time because Mercury retrograde says, but guess what, guys? I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap, and snoozes through the alarm, okay? So what should have happened on August 1st is now happening on August 30th. And what should have happened on August 30th is now happening September 9th. And what's happening September 9th is happening, you know, on, you know, November 20th. So it's like, you know, there's this significant delay, okay, because Mercury took a nap, okay, which I'm not a huge fan of. But this is what we're dealing with. So know that, you know, you got the Chariot card is the final card, which is really great. Even if you guys are going through some kind of relationship trauma, divorce, you know, this will pass. This too shall pass. If there is cheating going on, I do not recommend that you stay in the relationship. And I don't feel like you are, but I'm just cautioning you. I would caution you against it. If you're in a relationship where the other person is cheating, also avoid getting into that as well. So those are my final comments. And I wish you guys all the best, my beautiful, lovely Tauruses. And I will be back again for mid-July. So stay tuned. Feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com if you'd like a private reading. And yeah, so I'm going to send you big hugs. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, take care.